Hey everybody, welcome back. So I've been getting asked about what the inside of my bus looks like. So let's take a little tour, shall we? Alright everybody, welcome to the bus. So in here, I've got a bunch of tools. It's kind of a catch-all spot right here. As well as over here, I've got a bunch of tools over here on this shelving unit, as well as right here. A little bit farther in, just behind the driver's seat, I have my charge controller hooked up to my solar panels on the roof. One set of them anyway. AGM batteries that runs this fan and my propane electric fridge. Now my propane fridge is very nice. It does run off those batteries just to keep the brain running, but the propane is what actually keeps the thing cool. So it's got plenty enough space. It's actually very nice. I love this fridge a lot. It was a gift from some friends. Next to these tools and stuff that I've got here, I've got a generator that basically only runs for about 30 minutes. I mean, it helps, but it's not great. Typically my wood storage. When I have the wood stove going, this is where I keep my firewood and stuff like that. The wood stove is a Cubic Mini Grizzly. It's actually a really comfortable and good stove. I enjoy this thing very much. It's very small, but it really will put out a lot of heat. My biggest problem with it was just simply that, well, the bus didn't have enough insulation to keep it keeping warm. But this thing really does work really well, and also with this fan that helps circulate some of the air. Over here next to my refrigerator, I've got my main water jug. I keep that thing filled, and that's how I fill up anything for cooking or making my coffee in the morning or whatever. Next to that, I've got my stove. Up here on the roof, I've got these magnetic pieces that I hang my utensils from, and of course on the back side I forged myself a nice little pot rack. I like this thing a lot. I might make a couple of those for sale at some point. But otherwise than that, little Coleman stove. That's how I cook my food. This is where I do my dishes. Okay, now it doesn't look like much, but basically I've already shown a video on how I do my dishes, so watch that. Alright, and over here we've got my computer chair that I sit in. This is where I mostly relax. And then of course I've got my laptop. I'll usually pull that right out over here and, you know, use it for video editing or playing any games or anything else like that. This is my Blue Eddy. As you can hear, the fan's kicking on. It is charging up pretty good. I'm also powering up an old tablet, see if that thing works anymore. This is the only way I have to power anything. This is the only way I can charge my cell phone or any lantern batteries or even use my laptop. The other solar panel I have only goes for the fridge and for that little fan that I've got over there. Now unfortunately this table ends up being a bit of a catch-all. Like, I've got a bunch of leather working stuff here, I've got leather working tools in here, buckles, bits of leather in there, rivets and all other kinds of stuff. Down there I've got some armor making materials and whatnot. That's a bag of armor that I use for my medieval fighting, or used to. That's loaner gear now. 6 gallons of mead hanging out right over there. Now currently, this area here is just above one of the tire wells, one of the wheel wells. What I'd love to do eventually is this is where I want like a part of the bathroom to be. The goal eventually is to where this chair is, that's going to be where my shower is, where my table, that black table with the Blue Eddy and stuff on it, that's going to be part of a sitting area and whatnot for working on, you know, internet or computer stuff or whatnot. But I want the bathroom to be over here, restroom to be right over here. This right now is just, again, kind of a catch-all. These boxes right here are actually all of the materials I need, the uprights, for when I go to do the roof raise. That's all the roof raise uprights. I've just got to cut it and weld them all in. Now leading in directly from that area over to here, this is my bed. You know, it's a queen size bed. There's enough room right there to where, old sword on the floor. There's enough room to where you can walk through here, obviously, but it does make you have to lower your head ever so slightly because I'm tall and I'll bonk my noggin. But it's comfortable. I do plan on getting a smaller bed. I'll probably end up going to a twin or a full, somewhere around there. I can lose a couple of feet on this thing and give myself a little more room. But that's how I sleep. And then of course, this is how I store my clothes and various other things. This is you know, hang up clothes. It might not look like much, but it's actually fairly comfortable. It's 40 foot long. It's actually pretty comfortable. The only problem is that, well, there's not enough room for storage anywhere, you know? There's a lot I've got to do to this thing yet, but there's a bus tour for you. Now you see what I'm living in. It's not exactly the Taj Mahal, but it'll do. So basically that's what I'm at right now. Like I said, it's not the Taj Mahal, but it works for me at the moment. I can show some individual videos later on things like the refrigerator specifically, or my solar setup a little bit better and whatnot later on if anybody's interested. But right now, I'm going to continue doing some cleaning and move on with the day. Thanks for watching. I'll check you guys later.